Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before I present the result of my research and the team, first I will introduce myself. My name is Aviasti. I'm lecturer in Department of Engineer Professional Education Universitas Bandung. My team Asep Nana Rukmana, Hasnin R. Muhammad, Reni Amaranti, Deva Akbar, and Ari Ramdhani. This study was funded by Research Institute and Community Service Universitas Islam Bandung with a track number 0668 slash B.04 slash LPPM slash 12 slash 2021. This article is one of the research output and was presented at the Science and Technology Research Symposium, our SiRes 2022. I will try to present this article with a detailed implementation of lean manufacture and lean manufacturing in the tannery industry. Outline first introduction, literature study, result and discussion and conclusion. Introduction. Several factors have caused the leather tanning industry in Indonesia to decline. First, the lack of availability of raw material for raw leather in the country. Second, the unconnected user industry with the national leather tanning industry. And third, increasing regulation that must be met related to chromium content in water or other environmental issues. Research objective. This research will discuss the implementation of green manufacture and lean manufacturing as an effort to overcome the problem experienced by the leather tanning industry, especially those related to environmental issues. Green manufacturing is usually discussed from two perspectives. In a narrow sense, green manufacturing refers to the manufacture of environmentally friendly products, usually associated with renewable energy system and cleaner production, while in a broad sense refers to manufacturing that pays more attention to environmental aspects by reducing waste and saving resources. Mohanty and Desma define green manufacturing practice as a collection of activities undertaken to minimize waste. In another article, it was explained that green manufacture is an economically driven approach about an integrated system for the reduction and elimination of all waste stream setting for efficient manufacture, use of raw material, and or product disposal. Atlas and Florida then add activity to reduce residue, recycling activity, and the use of green energy. Green manufacturing also reflects a new paradigm in the manufacturing industry that implements various green strategy, goal and principle, and technical or technology and innovation to become more efficient. Lean manufacturing is one of the best practices in manufacturing that teaches simplification toward waste elimination, which can be applied to very complex and non-integrated processes that are inefficient and provide little added value. There are seven types of waste that must be controlled: overproduction, transportation, inventory, motion, defect, overprocessing, and waiting, which represent source of waste in general and related to company activities that are not useful and don't provide added value. Lean manufacturing is not only concerned with the company internal process, but also includes the operation of a comprehensive supply chain. In a manufacturing environment where physical activity is dominant, not value-added activity are usually more dominant. Based on empirical research conducted by the Lean Enterprise Research Center at Cambridge Business School, UK in 2000, it's known that only about 5% of all activity in manufacturing companies that provide added value. The remaining 60% are non-value-added activity and 35% are necessary but non-value-added activity. Green manufacturing versus lean manufacturing. All definition of green manufacturing have the same aim and objective. The first is to minimize environmental impact and maximize resource efficiency. And the main principle of lean manufacturing approach is the reduction or elimination of waste in the manufacturing function. Research and discussion. The leather tanning industry is an industry that converts raw animal skins into tanned leather through four stages: beam house, tanning, retanning, and finishing. The main activity begins with the beam house process. At this stage, processing for raw skin mixed with chemical, water, and salt. After all inputs are processed at the beam house, the output of raw result is ready to be tanned. The output in the previous activity is used for the input of the next process, namely tanning in addition to raw leather ready for tanning. In this process, other inputs are added, namely chemical and water, to produce the initial leather. The next process is retanning. In this process, it's almost the same of the previous process, only has a difference in the output of the process. The result of the retanning process is in the form or retained leader which is the then carried out with the tanning leader finishing process. Green manufacturing practice at the beam house stage in the later tanning are found in wet activities or beam house because in these activities there is a lot of liquid waste. The practice is aimed at making the water use more efficient and reducing the liquid waste production. Recycling and reuse of water at every stage of tanning is possible with the aim of reducing wastewater. Countercurrent soaking and reuse or directly without pretreatment, water from non-critical process can be an option in reducing the amount of clean water used in the tanning stage. This beam house process, first process, slimming, pleasing process, and pickle process. For implement for lean manufacturing based on identification of critical process in later tanning are several reasons that cause critical process, namely first, lack of supply of leather raw material which cause low utilization of tanning factories so that production costs are high. Second, lack of supply of raw material also causes tanners to try to obtain raw material even though they are of mixed quality. This causes the quality of some of the tan leather products is also not good. Three, the poor quality of tan leather is also caused by the use of tannery substances that are not sustainable for both quality and composition. Fourth, the daily imperfect order for tanner leather is not only caused by uncertainty in the quantity and timing of supply from supplier, but is also caused by uncontrolled production process. Lean manufacture practice at the beam house stage in the later tanning. The steps that can be taken for the improvement process include: first, select existing activities and eliminate activities that don't create value. Second, placing as many activities as possible in continuous flow. Conclusion: the basic principle in green manufacturing and lean manufacturing is efficiency to overcome the waste that occur. The implementation of green manufacturing in the leather tanning industry is the efficient use of water in the beam house process. Meanwhile, the implementation of lean manufacturing in the later tanning industry is to select activity that don't provide added value. Acknowledgement on this occasion, we would like to thank the research institution and community service LPPM Unisba because this research can be carried out with the grant of the LPPM Unisba 2022 to a precise professor selection process in 2021. Okay, thank you for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.